Hello everyone, 76 Patriot here, and guys, the RNC is officially over. I know this happened several days ago, so I'm a bit late to the party, but I could not make a video logistically on this any sooner. So without further ado, I'm just going to kind of go through several of the days, the event, some of the speakers, what I think are some of the highlights of this event. Because guys, in my opinion, this RNC was probably one of the best things I have seen in conservative politics maybe ever. I mean, there were so many highlights, so many good speakers, so many high points, if you will, and everything just felt really kind of tightly choreographed and well thought out. It was a well done production by and large overall. And so the first day, of course, was absolutely massive. Trump made his first public appearance since the attempt on his life, the assassination attempt, and he had the bandage on, which was iconic. He came out, everybody was excited, the crowd was roaring, and that was, of course, a huge day, the first day of the RNC, because he selected, of course, Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate, which is absolutely awesome. You love to see it. And there was some okay speakers. It was a bit milquetoast overall the first day, with the exception of some of some of those things. It was good. It just wasn't like top S tier, I would say. The second day, though, man, this was complete fire. We had a lot of different people, a ton of basically all the Senate candidates they're going to be running this year. We had some senators, we had some governors, basically some of the highest profile people in the Republican Party. It was kind of big guns, day two, if you will. And this was awesome. Interestingly enough, Nikki Haley actually spoke, and it was a big move on her. Say what you will about her intentions. Obviously, I'm not a Haley fan by any stretch of the imagination. However, hopefully that, at least a small fraction of her voters will now, come over to the Trump the Trump wing of the party, and this time in November. That's all I'm going to say about that. Ron DeSantis, another kind of figure that I liked a long time ago, but who kind of went against Trump a little bit in the primaries. He was there. So really a lot of unity you're seeing. A lot of people, you got a lot, sure there's some never Trumpers that are just, they have TDS and they're never gonna vote to make America great again. But it felt like a moment of true unity when the majority of, sane people that are conservative within the Republican Party came together. You get your moderates, you got even some of your more far right people, you got your kind of mainstream conservatives, you got your MAGA crowd, just all this one kind of big happy conservative fest, if you will. And each theme, of course, had a day, each day had a theme rather. I got that backwards a little bit. The first day was Make America Wealthy, so you had a lot of talks about inflation and the economy. The second day, of course, was Make America Safe, so a lot about border security. You heard some personal testimonies of people impacted by the border disaster. And the third day was really good. It was really awesome because J.D. Vance officially, I think without any debate, that was probably one of the highest points of this that people were looking for, was Vance to give his official acceptance speech. And he did really good. We had, Make America Strong Again. It was very focused on military and foreign policy. Again, some personal testimonies. It was really good. We had probably some of the most touching moments we had. And sorry guys if you can hear that, I'm right by a highway recording this, so that was a really loud vehicle that went by. Back to politics. We had a World War II veteran that was really touching. We had, some Gold Star families, the people that were killed in Afghanistan, the 13 people in the most humiliating day for our country, as Trump would say. They were there, their families. And that was honestly probably one of the most touching moments to really show, the Biden administration has done nothing for these people. They haven't even talked to them. And, Trump, hearing how he personally met with these people and gets down in the trenches to go to these people's funerals and whoever they are, just across the board, is really cool. But J.D. Vance did a great job. I think, there's some people that are complaining, they're like, oh, he could have been a bit more charismatic or a little bit more, had a bit more pizzazz, if you will. He's just kind of reciting lines. I thought he did really good overall. I mean, considering um, he's only been a few years in elected office, he's getting kind of up to speed with, in embracing his new role as potential veep. This was literally his first speech. So I thought he did really good overall, really speaking to a lot of those kind of white working class concerns, particularly in the Rust Belt, and sharing his personal kind of testimony, if you will. So I thought that was really good, and I think honestly he's really, really good. I mean, I liked him originally, um, but I think he's really demonstrated that good Veep potential. And then the last day was huge, and the day everybody was looking for, because President Trump gave his speech. Besides, of course, we had a number of famous people, and leading up to that, we had Hulk Hogan, who was absolutely funny. He ripped off his shirt. Probably one of the funniest, definitely probably the funniest moment of the entire convention. Um, and so there, we had, I thought Tucker Carlson did an absolutely fantastic job talking about democracy and stuff like that. We had, again, some more personal stories. And President Trump, man, obviously I've heard to literally dozens, if not hundreds, of his speeches. As somebody who's a buff of politics, you could say, somebody who's interested in the subject and loves conservatism. However, I have never heard, probably the first half hour was basically unlike Donald Trump. It was a Trump I have never heard before, and I mean that in the best way possible. So first of all, he delivered the longest speech. He made history, the longest speech in convention history, as the presidential nominee on the final night of the RNC. And this is crazy. I think he broke his own record, because 2016, I believe, was also the longest before. And again, exactly true. Even NBC, it was multiple speeches in one, at times poignant, particularly when he's talking about the assassination. He went into detail about that, at times serious. And then, of course, he talked about his policies, the failures of the Biden administration, and basically what he's going to do to have the greatness of America and to make it truly great again. But the first 30 minutes, he was solemn, he was very serious, and he was not the Donald Trump that we even see at a lot of rallies. The last, I would say, 45 to 50 minutes absolutely was. And I would say it was top tier kind of rally material, if you will. It's really good. But the first part, my word, he was really, you could tell, he was really, it was hard for him to talk about the assassination. He even said, I'm never going to talk about this, in this detail again. So it was really interesting to see a different side of Trump, a changed side, if you will. And I think he's probably more resolved than ever to defeat the deep state, particularly after this. But overall, I just thought he was really good. And certainly a moment of true unity for the GOP. Just really, really cool. And we can even see right here, the 90-minute speech, which was really long. He talked about immigration and even a lot of this, particularly dealing with the border and foreign policy, he really hammered, which is, of course, absolutely crucial. And it's just really cool, honestly, to actually watch this. He used the top of his keynote address to process the assassination attempt the nation witnessed. Absolutely. And I also thought it was funny, he even said about Biden, he said, I'm only gonna mention his name once, and then he just referred to him as that person a couple times, which I think was a really smart move. I mean, let's just focus on what's important. Let's not even pay attention to the failures, or the failed president, if you will, incumbent. And yeah, again, he may no longer be a candidate. So Trump was really focusing on what's actually important, the American people, and it was really good. He even said, "I'm not supposed to be here tonight." Many people say it was a providential moment, and it absolutely was. I don't think there's any denying that at this point. And basically, it was just really cool. It was a moment of unity. It was a moment of people basically coming together and in support of one man, President Trump. And it was cool, because everybody's been saying for so long, all the Democrats, Trump is so divided and destroyed the GOP, and they just thought it was a fantastic thing. Shoes on the other foot right now. But since I can't think of a single Republican president or presidential candidate that has more united the Republican Party probably since Reagan, maybe Bush. Yeah, I'm sorry. You could say Bush, actually. Bush during 9/11. I can't think of a single, there isn't one. I mean, this is way more than Trump 2016. I can't think, there hasn't been in a long time this much unity within the GOP. And it's fascinating. Most of the different factions are coming together. They realize, hey, I might not agree with this guy on every single thing down to a T, but I'm going to save America because it's in bad shape right now. And it's perilous times we're living in. And it's pretty fascinating because if you look at the Democrat side, it is exactly flipped to now they are the party that is basically in shambles right now. They don't even know. It's months before the election. They don't even know who their nominee is going to be. Trump is stronger than ever. He's crushing it in polling, in fundraising, in every possible metric, popularity, and here they don't even know. Many Democrats say they're caught in what is described as a doom loop, with every move to keep Biden in or push him out, further destroying their chances against Trump. And it's pretty crazy, honestly. So Democrats are absolutely running scared. You can't tell me they're not afraid of this crazy surging momentum behind President Trump and the MAGA movement. So that's basically it for this video. I just want to do a quick recap. Again, the speech was probably one of Trump's best. Certainly the first 30 to 40 minutes, probably 30 minutes, I think, was material that I've never, seen Trump talking that way. So it was absolutely fantastic. The whole RNC was really, really well done. I mean, there were some moments here and there that may have been slightly cringy, as of course you'll get with anything. It's not going to be 100% perfect. But overall, I think it was an absolutely fantastic moment for unity in the Republican Party to go forward to November, eyes on the prize, and retake the House, the presidency, Senate, and the House. So that's basically it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.